So the process we go through from basically start to finish with a job is, well, it depends on whether it's a new build site or a job in somebody's house, but essentially we'll go through the pricing process on the new build, where we would get a tender document, we would go through the pricing process, we would try and get it back prior to the deadline date, and then if we're successful we'll get brought in for a sort of initial meeting where me and Stewart would go, we would get to meet the team for the developer, and they would have any other questions, make sure that we've included for everything. Then we would revisit the quote if needed, and hopefully then we would be in for a pre-start meeting, which is where we would go on site and basically iron everything out. The site managers basically tell us like what standard they're expecting on site. Stewart will then take that to the team, show them the spec on site, and then he's on site like daily to make sure that everything's up to date. The site managers are happy, and that's just that's basically for the start of the contract to the end. Typically it's like you'll have electricians on site maybe 1 or 2 times a week. If it's busier, obviously more. But it just determines how much. If there's enough work, then the guys will be on there until they've caught up, essentially. So, and then for domestic, sort of residential work, usually me or Jack would go to the house, we would meet up with the customer and they would walk us around the job. As they're doing that, we take notes, make sure we capture everything, all the small details that the client wants, and then we try and get the quote back as quick as possible. And then if the customer's happy, then it's up to Jack to then organise with the site team to then go to the house and get all the job done. Before any invoices are sent, we have Jack or I'll go and just double check with the customer that they're happy before we send any invoices. That's the typical process for a domestic job.